You by my side, one now that there's no hope if you don't give our love a try. Steal my heart, commit the crime, then push me aside. Act like you never loved me when I can see love through your eyes. You finally realize that I'm standing all alone as you walk away. I'll take for girl with nothing else to say, so I go into the world of tomorrow. Behind the raindrops of sorrow, dream of a love that could have been, but now you're gone forever. My love, my girl, just like the wind. No, 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 just like the wind. What you're thinking, there are some things you can't hide. Alright, I hope that thing came through pretty good. Hold on, let me get my mic. I hope that came through. Damn, hope I come through. I hope that came through pretty good, man. That dude, Gudo, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name. I have no idea where this catch from. But, yeah, he throws out some pretty good mixes. You know, you guys know me. I love my mixes. Love my old school shit. So, yeah, I found this video many fucking years. This video was made 7 years ago. And, I think I discovered it right around, COVID. Well, so a little bit, so it's been a couple years after he made this video when I saw it. I mean, COVID, I mean, you couldn't do it. I wasn't doing anything anyway. I was already, retired. So, but I was going through mix. I found 4 people that I love listening to their mixes. He's one of them. DJ Lady Styles, another. Jenny Preston's pretty good. Couple guys that they do I forget what they kind of call what they call it. Basically, you know, 2 guys mixing and stuff like that. Shit, I can't think of their names, but I hope that came through. But we're talking about July 1st, and boy, oh boy, we got some cool shit. July 1st, y'all brought some shit today. I'm telling you. Okay, let's start out with 1200. That's 1200 in China. Yes, China. Where my wife is actually going. My wife's going to Hong Kong. She's going to be leaving tomorrow. She's going to be there for like 10, 11 days for a Lions Club, a Lions International thing. Cool. In 1200 in China, sunglasses are invented. That's right. The invention of sunglasses. That's right. 1776, the first vote on the Declaration of Independence for Britain's North American colonies. You guys heard that, right? The first vote for the Declaration of Independence for Britain's North American colonies. 1776, that happened. That's probably, isn't that when we, like, kicked your ass out? 1836, U.S. President Andrew Jackson announces to Congress by James Smith of 100,000 gold sovereigns to fund the Smithsonian Institute in Washington. So, basically in 1836, Andrew Jackson announced to Congress that James Smith, that 100,000 gold sovereigns is to be made for the Smithsonian. That's the start of it. Now it's basically 3/4 of DC, actually. 1847, the first U.S. postage stamp goes on sale, 5 cents. Franklin and 10-cent Washington, New York City. 1858, first Canadian coin minted, 1, 5, 10, and 20 cents at the Royal Mint in London, England. So Canadian coins were minted in England. Okay. Also in 1858, joint reading of Charles Darwin and Alfred Russel Wallace papers on evolution to the Linnean Society renders audience awestruck and silent. So basically, Charles Darwin, the guy who said this about evolution, blah, 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 Alfred Russel, I guess they read the paper and they say, this is true. And truthfully, it is. Everything evolves. Remember when computers took up 2 big-ass rooms? Now it's in your pocket. Well, that's technology. Technology evolves. Look what happened in World War II. We evolved so much shit. So much shit came out of because of World War II that it's insane. Okay, everything evolves. At one point, people were like 4 foot something. They only lived X amount of years. Now we're living 100 plus, and we're whatever. So let's get on with that. That's my belief. Deal with it. 1859, balloon covers a record. What balloon covers a record 809 miles over St. Louis. Okay, so I'm guessing somebody made a balloon that covered 809 miles over St. Louis. It's a big ass balloon. Nobody had a BB gun. 1861, the first public schoolhouse opens in Washington and Mason Street, San Francisco. So, first public schoolhouse in San Francisco. Go for it. 1862, 1 year later, the Russian State Library is founded in Moscow. The reason I put this in here to show that yes, they do have libraries in other countries, not just here. So, what I'm saying is, they got public libraries all over the place. If you want to know, if you're visiting a country and you want to get an idea of what kind of reading, what kind of books, whatever, go to a library, see what's out there. But 9 times out of 10, you'll be able to find stuff about where you're at, and you'll find some cool shit that YouTube might not even have. I always talk to the locals. Wherever you go to a different country, I told my wife this. I said, watch YouTube. They'll tell you this. Many people tell you this. When you go to a country and you want to know, you really want to know the inside, ask the people who live there. Not the concierge at the hotel you're staying. Not your cab drivers. Cab drivers might tell you a good place to go. Talk to the people. Now, if they're assholes, they're going to tell you something stupid. But if they're stand up, they want you, oh, you got to see this. This is some trippy shit. So, I say ask locals, but go with whatever you want. Okay, 1862, U.S. Internal Revenue Law imposed its first federal tax on inheritance, tobacco, and income over 300, progressive rate. So basically, if you had an inheritance, if you sold, I guess, tobacco, and on income, if you made over $600, you had to pay taxes. If you didn't, you don't pay taxes. Not anymore. 1871, the decimal currency system is made uniform in Canada. Yes, if you're wondering what that means, basically what that means is $3.26. 3.26. I guess, I don't know. 1874, and there's a couple things happened today. First U.S. kidnapping for ransom. 4-year-old Charles Rose, $20,000. And, hey Alexa, in 1874, hey Alexa, you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Okay.
Thanks for checking in.
Okay, hey Alexa, in 1874, $20,000, what would that be in today's money?
$20,000 in 1874 is worth about $584,245.62 today.
Yeah, about right, I guess. But it doesn't tell you if the kid actually made it home.
That's quite a
Alexa, stop. Okay, so yeah, but it doesn't say if the kid made it home, if he was released, if he was re-kidnapped later. I don't know. We'll find out days to come. 1874 also, in the first zoo in the United States opens in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Once again, I'm going to say it. 90% of everything that happens, it's in the tri-state area, and the little brother, New York, and the little sister, Delaware. We just put Delaware because it's a little sister called Buggy anyway. So the first zoo opens up. That's cool. 1875, Universal Postal Union comes into effect after establishing in the Berne Treaty to organize international mail service. So basically, 1875, all the post offices in the world got together and said, "Here's how we're going to do this," and they did it. 1878, Canada joins the Universal Postal Union. What that means is simply this. If you were in, I guess, say England, and you wanted to mail something to Canada, it might have took a longer time than because Canada wasn't part of it. Now they said, "Hey, can we join that?" 3 years after it started. 1893, San Francisco Bay City Club opens. First U.S. bicycle racetrack made of wood. Yes, if you know, I really don't know what it looks like. I don't know what the U.S. race. I'm thinking like do in the Olympics. I guess the looks like an oval, like a big old bowl, and basically looks like a circle. I guess that's what they're talking about. 1897, the Bronx acquires Hudson Square. Good job, Bronx. Whatever that means. 1898, Theodore Roosevelt and his Rough Riders charge up San Juan Hill during U.S. successful assault on the city of Santiago. So Roosevelt and his Rough Riders charged up San Juan Hill, and they did an assault on the city of Santiago. Okay, I guess. 1903, Tour de France. You know that. You know that race. You know that race. You know that race. The Tour de France race begins in whatever southeast suburb of Paris, and it ends later down the line. 1904, the third modern Olympics game opens in St. Louis, the first held in the United States. So this is the third Summer Olympics of the modern era. I guess you all call it. That's what they call it. And we got it. We got the third one. We didn't get the first. The first, I remember we said the first was probably like whatever, I don't know. But I'm saying, so we were in the top three. 1908, SOS, the distress signal became worldwide standard for help. Bop, 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 bop. 1911, proclamation removes Deli Grita, by the grace of God from, okay. So basically, the proclamation removed by the grace of God from Canadian coins. But however they say, De Grita, whatever, I don't know why. 1916, Coca-Cola brings the current Coke formula to the market. Now, did it have the cocaine in it? Was it the good stuff? Was it the good stuff? Because yes, Coca-Cola had cocaine in it. 1960, the first of 4 fatal Jersey Shore shark attacks occurred at the beach of Heaven when Charles Vansat, 25, bleeds to death, challenging previous scientific belief that sharks never harm humans and sparking popular fear over sharks which persists today. So basically, there was 4 fatal shark attacks in the Jersey Shore. But the first guy said, sharks don't attack people. Y'all full of shit. You can't pet them. They're just so cute to play with. Oh, yes, you are. Would you like something? That's my leg. So, come on, people. Don't be that stupid. Even I'm not that stupid. We got alligators. I don't even fuck with them. 1917, 257 centimeters, 100 inches. Diameter mirror for telescopes is delivered to the Mount Wilson Observatory in Los Angeles, California. Let me see if I can do this again. 1917, 100-inch diameter. That means round 100-inch going across. Okay, 100-inch diameter mirror for the telescope is delivered to Mount Wilson Observatory, Los Angeles, California. Okay. 1919, the first U.S. first-class postage drops 3 cents to 2 cents. That'll never happen again, as in drop price. Not from whatever it is now to 2 cents. I'm talking about, and they're going to go from whatever it is now down. Because especially if it's a U.S. postal, they're hurting. They're not really hurting. Today, I just sent a package off today. Well, when you watch the video, it'll be yesterday, June 30th. So, go with that. 1931, ice vending machines is introduced in Los Angeles. 25 pounds of ice for 15 cents. Hey, I don't care. We've used some things. We go like we do the Lions Club and we're selling cokes or drinks or whatever, and we got to keep them cold. Nobody's gonna sit there and run their ice makers to do it. We go down, there's these machines at the side of the road. You just throw in whatever it costs, and it spits out bags of ice. Or you bring your own bag and you set it down, and there's a holder there, and they'll just dump ice into it. So there's two ways of doing it. 1934, the first X-ray photo of an entire body taken by Arthur Funks, Fuchs, of the East Kodiak Company in Rochester, New York. 1943, pay as you go, first withholding tax from paychecks. So basically, instead of this, they withhold stuff out of your check. But back then they didn't. You just got a bill at the end of the year saying you owe this much. And you're like, huh? So they figure, look, people, aren't saving their money. They're blowing it. They're doing this and this, and thinking that they can catch up. People, so we're not getting no money. So they just said, why don't we just hold it for them? And if they pay, and if it pay too much, we'll give the money back. If it's not enough, hey, at least you don't owe this much. You just owe this a little bit. 1946, the U.S. drops atom bomb on Bikini Atoll in the Marshall Islands, the fourth atomic explosion. 1947, Basketball Association of America, BAA, which later becomes the National Basketball Association, NBA, holds its inaugural college player draft. 1948, New York City subway fares rise from 5 cents to 10 cents. Also that year in New York City, subway fare goes to 10 cents, bus fare to 7 cents, and a combo fare at 12 cents. So basically, they're saying is this: you pay 10 cents to get on the subway. You pay 7 cents to go on to use the bus. But if you get a combo pass, you can ride the bus, the train for 12 cents. Saves you 5 cents. Cool. That I guarantee you a lot of people did do that. 1960. We're getting close to where everything's fun stuff. The First Nations people in Canada granted the right to vote in federal elections while still retaining their status and treaty rights. I have no idea what the hell that means. I'm guessing that means the First Nations people in Canada. Who are the hell are the First Nations people? Is it the Indians? Because I know there were some Indians living in Canada for a while. Is that what it means? I don't know. Don't know. But shouldn't they already had the rights to vote? I don't know. Well, let's just skip it. 1963, ZIP. Zone Improvement Plan codes are introduced for United States mail. I'm guessing, I don't know what the hell that meant. Why did I put that in there? I must have been drunk, and I don't drink. Figure that out. 1964, FCC requires AM/FM sister stations to be at least 50% different under a non-duplication rule. So basically is this: if your station is mainly pop music, okay, pop music, Britney Spears, Shantae, stuff like that, your station cannot play. What did I say? 50%? What was that? What did I say? Yeah. So basically, they can play some songs, but and your next, let's say your other station is country, okay, which is kind of an opposite. That's how you would have to do it. But you could actually play some country songs on that station, and you can play some of that, but you cannot play more than 50%, which really makes no. Oh, it has to be at least 50%. So 49%. So basically, you could actually have a station. Personally, Me, I mean, yeah, you know me. It's gonna be old school hip hop, R&B, a whole lot. But no, I can't see me playing anything else. Maybe a little bit of rock, maybe a little bit of country. I mean, yeah, I could throw a little bit of this, that, and it. But yeah, I would if I had a radio show, which I would love, and then turn around and I might play a little of this and a little of that, but it's going to be one genre. Basically, I'm an idiot. That's the way it goes. 1966, the first color television transmission in Canada is broadcast from Toronto. Took you that long to get a color TV? God damn. 1966 again. U.S. National Health Insurance Program, Medicare, goes into effect. Thank you, because I'm on that. 1967, the first Britain color TV broadcast on BBC Two. Damn, I thought Canada was late. You guys are really late. Alright, 1968, oh god. Formal separation of the U.S. auto workers from the AFL-CIO. Whatever the hell that is. 1971, debt raised to build San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge payoff. Okay, so basically, a debt got bumped up because the government just said, fuck it, let's just pay this shit off. We'll deal with the consequences later. We're going to pay this credit card off with another credit card. That's basically what happened. 1971, North Carolina becomes the 38th state to approve lower voting age to 18, ratifying the 26th Amendment. All right. 1971, the state of Washington becomes the first state to ban sex discrimination. So, that's cool. 1972, feminist magazine Ms. MS, founded by Gloria somebody, published its first regular issue with Wonder Woman on the cover. Hey, you can't beat the cover. I can see a lot of guys buying it just because of that. Well, especially a lot of nerds. But either way, if it's Wonder Woman on the cover, yeah. 1972, the first gay pride parade in England takes place. So yes, they have them. They had them over there too. They got them over there too. They ain't just here. 1973, the first U.S.-China basketball game. U.S. Collegiate beats Shanghai 96-61. Now look, I'm going to say this. Okay, personally, I think all the countries, every country in the world, here, China, England, Russia, all of them. The Olympics was originally for amateur athletes. That is why for so long, we were throwing college kids to go play the Olympics. Okay? There is no pro gymnastics. Not that I know. I think there was at one time. No pro track meets. Okay? In the United States, we didn't have any pro soccer teams at one point. We didn't have all we had was pro baseball, hockey, the main sports that we see all the time on ESPN. Okay? But so, okay, and we would get our ass kicked left and right because we had college here. We 100% went there with amateurs, not professionals, not people who get paid to do this. People who got up and said, I want to do this. This is what I want. I mean, you know, back in what, 60s, 70s, there was no pro track teams. People who went out there and ran every morning, even when their college career was over, even when they didn't even go to college, loved to run. Those are the guys who went to the Olympics. But we got ourselves to the point to where, you know, you got now. I mean, the Olympics is basically just a pro. It's like this. Hey guys, it's the Olympics. Don't give us your amateurs. Let's see what kind of pros you got. That's what it is. Personally, I do think. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'd rather see everything straight up amateurs again. I would like to take all the pros out. If you're on the pro golf, if you're on the PGA, you're not playing golf. Not in the Olympics. If you're on a pro basketball team, I'll even go as far as if you're on like the practice team. If you are employed anyway with a professional team, no, I'm sorry, you should not be playing. Because you gave up your amateur once you got paid. But now kids are getting paid in college. So technically, that's the pros too now. All right, let's get back into this stuff. I'm done bitching and hollering about stupid shit. 1979, Sony introduces the Walkman. Oh man, do I got a quick story for that? 1983, I was in Texas Nationals roller skating, and well, we were sitting at the one port, and there was a couple kids that were up on the bleachers listening to a Walkman or whatever. Now, somebody was trying to be slick because I just did stupid shit to do it. He was like, "Hey, go up there. Hey, come up here. Put that in your bag." What? Put that in your bag. It was a Walkman, had a couple tapes, and 2 headsets. I threw them in my bag. Took them. And you know what the funny thing was? On the way home, that person was like, "Hey, man, give me my Walkman." You didn't steal it, I did. What? You know your dad ain't going to let you keep it. I don't care. Well, let's see. What are you going to do? You go tell him? You're the one who told me to grab it. You want me to tell him that? And he did tell my dad. And when my dad goes, "You going to keep it?" I said, "Hell yeah. I took it. Fuck it. I'm going to keep it." And my dad looked at me and goes, "What?" Well, he's the one who told me to. Just so he wanted me to do something he was too scared to do. So, what's that make me? I'm an idiot. Did. I mean, I just told him, I don't care. I tell myself, shit. Statute of limitations long been gone. You know, but so thing is, if you're too scared to do something and you're trying to get somebody else to do it, don't be surprised if they turn around and look at you like, "Why? You didn't have the balls to do it. So get out of here." So let's go on. 1981, Radio Shack's third release of the Model 3 TRS-DOS 1.3. Basically, the third generation of the Model 3 Radio Shack computer. DOS system 1.3 is out. 1984, PG-13 rating is introduced by the Motion Picture Association of America, MPAA. 1991, Terminator 2 Judgment Day is released. 1992, Fox Broadcasting adds Wednesday night TV broadcasting. Yeah, Fox Broadcasting, yeah. 2015, U.S. and Cuba announces an agreement to reopen ambassadors, I guess. To open ambassadors and establish full diplomatic ties. Okay, I can get on with that. 2019, Japan resumes commercials. Whaling. Okay. So Japan resumes commercial whaling after a break of more than 30 years. Basically, Japan is going back to killing whales for, seafood, blubber, a whole 9 yards. After 30 years, I guess after when they stopped 30 years ago because whales were going decrease, I guess in 30 years they started to increase. So they say now we can go back. Yeah, that's on them. I don't know. 2020, the last thing, but I told you July 1st is kicking. 2020 world record drug haul of 14 tons of amphetamines seized by Italian police, worth 1.1 billion. Thought made in Syria by Islam State. So the world record of a drug haul, 14 tons of amphetamine, 1.1 billion. Oh, I'm sorry, there's one more. 2021, Britain's Prince William and Harry unveil statue of their mother Diana, Princess of Wales, on what would have been her 60th birthday at Kensington Palace. So basically the kid said, "Look, man, we love her mom. Her mom was all that. And, we're putting a statue up. And if anybody said shit, they didn't give a shit. They really didn't. Y'all used her, you guys used her up. Even in death." And the kids were not happy with the way you did it. They loved their mom. I'll give them that. Well, that's it for the first, people. This is going to be a crazy day. How I got to get out of this. All right, the video's over. Bye-bye.